y'all, and welcome back. Here's a video to discuss my journey so far with Virta. So it has been about a month since I joined Virta, and again, I am just overweight. Based on my BMI. I don't have any other pre-existing conditions, not diabetic, or don't have high blood pressure, not on any medications. My company reached out and said that they were now opening it up to those who were just overweight based on their BMI, and I signed up. So I am doing this. This is a low carb or keto lifestyle. You are supposed to be in nutritional ketosis. And so far, so good. I've had a visit with my PCP, so I want to talk about that. Talk about some of the foods I've been eating, and of course my journaling. So let's talk about it. So I did visit with my PCP. I figured it was time to get reestablished. I had just been seeing like the acute care doctor for acute things, and my long-term PCP had actually retired. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get reestablished. I'm at the same practice. I practice at several locations across the Metroplex. So I just went with someone who I had seen in urgent care, because they have their own urgent care too. So I had seen in urgent care at one point, and loved how she was actually with my son. So I decided to move him, since now he's older, and myself to her. My youngest still sees the pediatrician. So I established the baseline. She wasn't too concerned with anything. She was like, oh yeah, Virta, yeah, keto, okay, cool, yeah, vegan, all right. You know what I mean? She was kind of like laid back and chill, like just be mindful, don't lose all this weight and just gain it all back by adding on processed foods. You know what I mean? She was just straightforward. Not, again, concerned with anything. My blood pressure, I think I spoke in my last video. If you didn't watch it, go watch that. After this video, go watch that. I talked about my blood pressure being slightly high, so I've been keeping readings on that, and she wants me to keep up with those readings. She was just looking at my readings over time, because I've been with this practice 17 years. Started with the OBGYN with my oldest. So I've been with this practice for a long time. So she was like, oh yeah, your readings are still within normal range, but they're always on the lower end of the normal range. That's always how it's been. I haven't had any symptoms or complaints about that. And she's like, yeah, but for the last year or so, they've been ticking a little higher. She's like, yeah, you're getting a little older. Okay, again, just in the kind of that same voice. Okay, they've been ticking a little higher. So I'm not concerned, but don't make me concerned, right? Kind of feel. So she wants me to keep track of it, again, because of the increase in sodium that's required when you go keto. And I have, and everything's still been normal. She wants me to do it upon waking, after I've got moving around a bit, and that's what I do. So my routine is to get up. It's to use the restroom. It's just me, TMI, just me. Weigh myself. Take my ketones using the blood, and then go to a nice quieter area and just kind of sit for a bit, just a couple minutes, and then take my blood pressure, and then do some type of movement. Here lately, I've actually started just doing some walking videos on YouTube. Again, something real chill, nothing crazy. Grow with Joe. I feel like she's the most consistent, supporting her. So I've been doing some of her videos, and I modify them. I know I can't get my body into a stress mode with exercise, or I will not lose weight. That's just, I already know that. That's just how I am. But I have to move my body. I have a sedentary job. I work from home. I'm not getting steps in like I should, and I know this. So I'm like, I can't wait. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait until I lose this weight to really start moving my body. I think at some point I will start incorporating strength training, but for now I'm just working on walking. And again, trying not to tire myself. Pulled out the Oculus, the Quest, and did some Beat Saber on there. And then this morning I did yoga. I did just a light yoga, more like stretching than yoga. But again, moving my body, stretching my body, getting my muscles moving, getting some more steps in. So I've been intentional about getting more steps in. I joined a challenge at my job. My job has a challenge pretty much every month, whether it's a step goal or activity goal. So I joined that. It's no harm, right? Like, just try. So I'm more mindful of like, hey, this is what I should be doing. So that's been great. So for what you may be tuning in, overall, I have lost 6 pounds. So I think I lost another 2 or 3 pounds since my last video. But for the last week or so, I have been gaining and losing the same pound. And it's, those first couple of pounds, I was just like, it's water weight, it came off quick. And the other 2 pounds is like 2-3 pounds later. Okay. Now it's just like, bruh, what's good? Excuse me, bro, what's good? Like, okay. I'm hitting a plateau already. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I'm trying not to focus on that. And I say that because if I was just looking at the number on the scale, which I weigh in every day, if I was just looking at that number on the scale, yeah, I'd feel some type of way. But I weigh in on the Virta scale, which just gives you the number. And then I immediately weigh on my Withings scale, which gives me my body measurements. And that's been helpful because I can see, oh yeah, I weigh the same, or I've added a pound, but my water weight jumped up and my muscle mass jumped up. And so looking at the trends from my Withings and my body measurements, I can see, yeah, I've been losing fat and gaining muscle. So the number for the last 2 weeks. So the number is just fluctuating around and hovering around the same like baseline. Like, it's no change. Like Withings says, no change when it comes to my overall weight, because it hasn't. It'll go up and go right back down. Go up and go right back down. So, but some other non-scale victories. My clothes are looser. The pants that used to be real snug are not snug anymore. I can literally feel the change in my fupa, which is wonderful, right? That's exactly where I want this to go. Also, my breast tissue, that's just, again, TMI, but that's just what it is, right? That's where I see the weight loss. So I'm happy about that. Again, I have to remind myself of that. So this is definitely a mental thing, right? Like, I could be in this space where it's like, oh, this isn't working, whatever, I'm already hitting a plateau. I normally hit this plateau. Like, I think that, like I said before, this is my body journal, like, weight set point. So I'm needing to push past it. So I'm just going to keep chugging along. One of the things I wanted to focus on this year was journaling. And so I've been more mindful to journal those thoughts and what I did to kind of overcome and tap into the resources that Virta provides, and also, y'all know, the book How to Lose Weight for the Last Time, rereading those passages, just letting that sink in, and then moving on. I am definitely getting great sleep, other than maybe my husband waking me up or something, because he's a night owl. I get great sleep. I get great deep sleep. I'm no longer having heart palpitations. I don't have any muscle spasms. I was at one point getting some feeling in what I just call nerve activity in the foot that I had broke a year and a half ago and had surgery on. And so, sometimes I used to get these tinglings and they're like, yeah, it'll go away. And it did. It went away after a year, and then I kind of went keto, and then they start coming back. So as well as like some random twitching. All that's gone. So I know the magnesium and stuff is helping. The magnesium they're giving me, though, or they want you to take, has added calcium. It comes in the kit. So go watch my video. I'll show you what that looks like. But the calcium is constipating. And so I've dealt with like 2 bouts of that now. And I'm actually in the middle of a bout. And I'm not really happy about it. I made it very clear that constipation is a deal breaker for me. So I'm working through it. Like, I can see like, okay, well, maybe I'm going to have to use like magnesium oxide, which actually has the opposite of, well, magnesium is fine. It all kind of has the calcium effect, but with calcium has the constipating effect. But like magnesium oxide, it's the opposite effect. And so I noticed last time that I had the magnesium oxide, I was fine. I was just, let's go. Not anything like running or anything like that, but just like, yeah, consistent. And that's what I need. So right now I just briefly sent that over to my coach, like, hey, I was getting the green vegetables in and stuff like that, but I didn't have any like dark green leafy vegetables, like my spinach or my power greens mix that I normally get from Costco. So I was like, okay, well, let me go get that. Let me start bringing that back in. I even tried decaf because sometimes coffee does it for me. Again, not too happy, but it's only day 2. It's not that big a deal. I'm sure if I take this magnesium tonight, tomorrow, I'll be fine. And I'll feel better. I just don't like it. I really cannot stay in that feeling. I can't stay in that feeling or the feeling of nausea. Like, no, bro, not for me. But anyway, so all in all, things have been well. The holidays went well. So I started after Thanksgiving, and so we went Christmas. I made a meatloaf, and I made greens, and the meatloaf was a combination of just Go Legendary vegan meat. I was looking at like the macros there. It had the lowest carb and the highest protein. It was comparable to the Target Good and Gather version, but Go Legendary is a Black-owned brand, so I wanted to support, so I paid a little bit more to support. So I mixed that with mushrooms and then just kind of blend it all in. I used flax seeds for the eggs, for the binder, which really still didn't bind all that well, but who cares? It was just me. It was seasoned well. It is what it is. It was good. So that and turnips. Turnips are kind of nostalgic for me. My father was a hunter, a fisherman, a gardener, and he always had turnips in his garden. And anytime we came over to eat as adults, he would always have turnips. So I had to mash turnips. So they're higher in carbs. So I knew this, and I told my coach going in, I'm purposely going to have these. I expect my ketones to reflect it, and it has. So yeah, my ketones went down a bit. Still haven't gotten below like, no, I take that. No, I'm not. According to the chart, because Virta tells you, because it syncs to the app. I've never been out of ketosis. I think the lowest I got during Christmas was like 0.7, maybe 0.6. So I got close to it. And again, I knew it was from eating the turnips. So it was whatever, right? Well, the turnips, and then I made like a vegan cheesecake bomb with sugar-free jello for my dessert. Because I was kind of going for like a pretzel salad. Y'all know what pretzel salad is? Tell me in the comments if you know what pretzel salad is. I was trying to go for that a little bit, again, just to kind of like a dessert. I found a really good sparkling ice. So the normally fruity, type of sparkling drink, and it was an apple cider one, and I got it at Costco. Sorry, not Costco. I got it at Aldi, and it was good. It was really, really good. So I sipped on that for a few days. I usually don't drink one in one setting. I usually just sip on them for a couple days, and I was good. And then I kind of got right back to it, like, okay, ran out of turnips. Let's let's get back to it. So that went well. For New Year's, I don't recall doing anything special. I didn't eat the black eyed peas. I don't like to eat the greens. I didn't eat the cornbread. So, yeah, I just chugged along with what we had. We are going on the Disney Treasure, and we've been doing a countdown for that. And this time, it wasn't any vegan or even vegetarian option, and that's okay, right? I still enjoy watching Mufasa, so. So I do feel like things are going well. I am still committed to the program. I have some big things coming up, and at 30 days, they kind of start talking to you about, well, the algorithm, I would say, like kind of start suggesting articles about adding more foods in, getting some more variety in. I don't feel like I want to do that at this point. I am, at this point, I am concerned about this plateau. I'm hoping for a big whoosh, right? Like where the fat is gone, the cells get filled with water, and then once your body's like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing, I can let this go now. Just let it go, and I see that weight loss. Like I'm waiting for that before I'm like, full stop. Like I'm ready to incorporate more foods, and even then, we're talking like berries, like low carb berries. I think avocado, maybe onion, and I think maybe like dark chocolate. Those are the couple of things like next to add if you want to add variety. Now I say all this like that's like the standard program. I am still under the impression it's very much customizable. Like for me, if we learn that it is not the magnesium or the calcium that's with the magnesium supplements, it is what it is. Just I maybe just got way too low carbs. Then we'll just have to increase the carbs. But I know I'm not at 30 carbs, and go check out my prior video why I tell you I'm not at 30 carbs as a vegan. So I know it's not necessarily too low of carbs. It could be the exercise, but that sounds counterintuitive, right? I'm not out here getting tired, muscle fatigue, and now my muscles are swollen with water and sore. I'm not doing all that. I'm talking walking. I'm still getting less than 8,000 steps a day. Less than 8,000 steps a day. So it can't, to me, I'm not lifting weights or anything like that. It's not that. Eventually I want to get to those things, but we'll get there. So I'm wanting to push as far as I can. For me, that means repetitive meals, leftovers. I don't mind those at all. It makes it easy for tracking. It makes it easy to write it all down, which I have been. I don't gotta think about it. This is just what we're doing. This is just what I'm eating, and I'm not even focused on eating. I have great energy. So I'm just, what else can I do? Let me come up here and shoot this video. Now I'm gonna go downstairs, finish dinner, and then I'm start editing it, watching the games. Like that's just what I feel like. I have more energy now, and I appreciate that. So looking at the non-scale victories and just waiting for the scale to join the party. That's how I'm going to look at it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're on a Virta journey, if you're keto, low carb, send me a shout out, especially if you're vegetarian or vegan. Comment below, like let me know that I'm not the only one out here eating tofu and Beyond Burgers. But if I am, that's fine. If that means that's how I get fine, I'm fine. All right, so thanks for watching. Ta-ta for now.